understand this. Still I keep trying again and again. I think I'm broken, I can't find all of the pieces. Can't seem to find them anywhere. My sanity scattered only God knows where. Now all I can do is sit and stare. Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Tuesday, everyone. We are here. Happy to be here. Excuse me for clearing my throat. Very happy to be here. If you're here, thank you. Actually, up there. If you're here, thank you. Today, October 29th, marks 15 years. October 29th, 2009 was the first day of sobriety in my life. I started consuming alcohol at a very young age. In fact, my dad used to make his friends laugh when I was really little, like little. He would tell me to go get him a beer, and then I'd bring it back for him, and he'd open it and hand it back to me, and I'd take a big slug out of it and hand it back to him, and all his friends would laugh. And it wasn't intended to be anything. It was 1973, man. Nobody thought of it. But 15 years is a long time to be sober. And there's a million stories, and I spent, I got sober almost on accident in that I didn't pass a drug screen for work, and work said, you can't work. And of course, I needed my job. So I went to the drug thing that was required, and it was all hush-hush, and I didn't want to get, whatever. And when I got there, they said, oh, well, you're in this program, you can't drink either. And then I got really, really mad. And so I spent several weeks not talking in therapy and everything. And then it started to make sense. And then for me, I just decided to give it a year. And if things weren't better, and that was the advice of somebody that... happened a chance meeting of a gentleman at an open mic, and they say chance meetings aren't stuff like that. Doesn't, you can believe whatever you want. Some people don't believe that things like that happen on accident. And this particular guy, was a musician. That one of the hard things for me was, how was I going to go play music and be in bars and do things and exist in that world. It seemed impossible. And then there was this guy who had been sober 20 years. And and there he was sitting right across from me at the table that I kept trying to buy a beer, and he wouldn't. He very kindly declined. And then, anyways, when I found myself needing somebody to ask how the heck do you do this, there was this guy, and so in those first weeks and days and weeks, he was super helpful, and I managed to at least connect with him on some level every year on this day. So I wrote this song about 10 years ago, and it sort of sums up a feeling that happens. There's a lot I could speak on the subject, and recently I started playing music out, and for the first time I've really focused on my original music, and it seems to connect with people. And when I tell the stories, a lot of the songs that I've written are about some of my mental health struggles and or my struggles with addiction. Those things seem to really resonate with people, and they seem to connect. And it's the first time in my life that the music that I'm playing is connecting with people. So I'm doing something right. And a couple of weeks ago, I've mentioned this a couple times. I played at the Walk for the Cure. I say it wrong every time. I'm really sorry, John. Walk for the Cure for Alzheimer's. And I was trying to play some things that I hadn't played very often recently, and I played them poorly. And then I just played a bunch of my originals because that's what I'm most comfortable with. And the Walk left, and all the people were gone. And this guy walked up to me, and he said thank you. He didn't say too much, and he said, but he did say he really appreciated the songs that I had written, and that that he was struggling, and that they all really meant something to him, and that. And I asked, which part, because I figured it was either mental health or depression or alcoholism, take your pick. And he said all of it. And I tried, I didn't want to. It's none of my business, but at the same time, I wanted to make sure if he needed somebody to talk to, I gave him my business card and said, if you ever need someone to talk to, and you don't have anyone, now you do. And then he walked away, and there was a bit of a crowd, and I didn't want to be, again, too much of a nuisance, and he left. And then I don't know what happened to him. I don't know anything about him, but when I think about it, it makes the years of struggling and nobody listening to anything I'm doing kind of worth it. Because if I helped that guy that day, then all of it's worth it. Because I don't know if that guy was at the end of his rope that day, but I certainly have been there. So I hope it was helpful, and I hope he was good. The song is called My Best Day Then, and I wrote it 10 years ago because it references being sober 5 years. You'd have told me 5 years ago that I wouldn't make it this far down the road. I would have laughed right in your face. Then I'd order me another one from my favorite place. My favorite place was bellied up at the bar, talking girls or talking sports, sometimes even cars. Thought that I knew everything, but I didn't know anything. My life just passing by. My worst day now, still better than my best day then. My worst day now, still better than my best day then. Best day then. journey of 1,000 miles. You can't begin without a single step. That's the hardest one to take. Take it for Jesus' sake. Take it for Jesus' sake. Walk alone with you. All you gotta do is ask him to. And when that road gets rough, the strength to carry you, you've just gotta see it through. My worst day now, still better than my best day then. My worst day now, still better than my best day then. My best day then. My worst day now. And everything thought that I knew turned out to be a lie. Looking back, I know now, all I can do is try. I'll try. My worst day now, still better than my best day then. My worst day now, still better than my best day then. My worst day now, my worst day now, my worst day now, still better than my best day then. My best day then. My worst day now, still better than my best day then. My worst day now, still better than my best day then. The only day that matters is today. So for anyone at the beginning or at the early stages, you can. Because today's the only day that counts. 15 years don't matter. It's only today that matters. Because if you screw it all up tomorrow, guess what? You're back at day one. So and it doesn't matter even if you do screw it all up tomorrow. You get it right the next day. So last week I talked about playing a song by one of my favorite bands, and so we're gonna switch gears. I recently discovered this song again after many years, and we'll give this a shot. Tell her not to go. I ain't holding on no more. Tell her something in my mind freezes up from time to time. Tell her not to cry. I just got scared, that's all. Tell her I'll be by her side. All she has to do is call. Tell her the chips are down. I drank too much and shouted it aloud. Tell her something in my heart needs her more than even clowns need the laughter of the crowd. Tell her what was wrong. Sometimes think too much, but say nothing at all. Tell her from the high terrain, I am ready now to fall. I'm ready now to fall. Tell her not to go. I ain't holding on no more. Tell her nothing if not this. All I want to do is kiss her. All I want to do is kiss her. Tell her something in my mind freezes up from time to time. It's a pretty good one. Oh, that's fun, yeah. Yeah, not so bad. Well, I like that one. Them Delamitri fellers. One of my favorite things ever was, I've mentioned, if you happen to be watching this and you're not from the Chicago area, which I suppose is possible, there used to be a guy on the radio in the morning that I listened to every day because he started on the radio when I started as an electrician. The very first year as an electrician, I was an electrician for 35 years. And a couple of years ago, he stopped doing mornings. Maybe 5 years ago, he stopped doing mornings. And then last year he passed away. He got cancer and he passed away. But his name was Lynn Bramer. And he was a very important part of my life. I got up with him every morning. And there's a very funny story where he was out watching Delamitri, who did that song, was the show MC, and then took them out drinking. They drank all night, and being, Scottish and not too unfamiliar with the drinking too much. And then the next morning they were supposed to go in and do the radio show, which was not unfamiliar to Lynn. Drinking too much and going in and doing the radio show kind of messed up. They went to the story's famous that he took them to the Wiener Circle in the middle of the night to get, hot dogs. And then he brought them into the studio and was interviewing them. And there's a point where they're doing a song and they literally stopped. They're like, with their thick Scottish accents, talking about being way too hungover to try to sing and play, and they were just astounded that he could function, which is hilarious. So I love that story, and I was listening that morning. So anyway, I'm gonna do one more song and get the heck out of here. But I did this when my friend Cameron was here, and we did it together. But it seems fitting that there's one more week until the election is finalized. It is ongoing. It's not an election day. It's the last day of the election, because the election is continuous. My bad joke of the day was going to not really be a joke at all. I was going to tell you how many eligible voters there are in the United States, and then how many actually vote. And there are, and it's not really as bad as I thought it was, because the truth is, and the funny thing is, everyone wonders what's true and what isn't. So I went to the census.gov, and there are 262 million eligible voters, people 18 and over who are citizens who are eligible to vote. And in the last election, 154 million people voted. It's not really as bad as I thought it was. Now, it's still only half of the people, I mean, slightly more than half, but there's still, 100 and whatever, 110 million people not voting. But vote. And if you don't think it matters, F you. It matters. Don't you know, talking about revolution sounds like a whisper. Don't you know, talking about revolution sounds like a whisper. Crying on the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment line, sitting around waiting for the promotion. Don't you know, talking about revolution sounds like a whisper. All people gonna rise up, get what's theirs. All people gonna rise up, take what's theirs. But you know you better run, 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 run. Talk about a revolution. You know you better run, 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 run. Talk about a revolution. 'Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. Talk about a revolution. Finally the tables are starting to turn. Talk about a revolution. Talk about a revolution. Talk about a revolution. While they're standing in the welfare line, crying on the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment line, sitting around waiting for the promotion. Don't you know, talking about revolution sounds like a whisper. Don't you know, talking about revolution sounds like a whisper. All right, pretty serious one today, but I don't really have a dumb joke of the day. Let's see what's on the magic piece of paper. There's my, from the fantastic writing team. It's an oldie but a goodie. Hottie, make a tissue dance. You could put a little boogie in it. Right? Oldie but a goodie. What do you think? Yeah, me too. All right. Thanks for hanging around. I gave you 3 today. I am going to go over to the Even Flow tonight and play some songs. Somebody tuned out when I said F you. Have a good night. Thank you very much. Take it easy.